Here you go. Take it.
Time is pressing.
Can I?
Yeah.
All right.
That's enough.
So,
Let's continue.
All right, let's kill... That's all that's to it. Just...
Everything's arranged.
Look at you champing at the bit. You do have...
Wait,
Did you really... Well,
if you say...
great.
My granny can punch harder than you.
Fucking hell! Ha!
You call that a punch? Give it all you've got.
Slow down, Dan. Ah! Ha! Ha! Didn't see that coming, eh? Who taught you to fight? Your mum? You fight like a little girl. Ha! Nice. No. But we'll see how you fare against Malik. Oh, yeah. And this is yours.
What's it gonna be then? Now me. Now it's my turn.
Well, ready to brawl?
Aye, all right. It's going to be a clean fight, see?
What funny stuff?
Kicks in the ball.
Ah, don't you worry. I can hammer you without any of that.
We'll see about that. And what about the wager?
Here it is.
That's the...
Ah!
Nice. Nice. Too slow. Nice. 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 Bam. There you go.
Da!
Da. Just you wait. Come closer.
Greetings to you two.
God damn! You gave me the runaround.
You alright?
Well, a bit of liquor to ease the pain, a bit for the tummy, and I'll be all right. You're going to be much worse off when Vera's done with you. If you wanted to train a bit before then, let me know. I can show you some tricks. And here's your wager. Spend it well.
just me now.
What's that?
Oh, now it's my
Just
turn.
you, eh?
Aha. 'Cause. Aha. 'Cause. 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 'Cause.
So you're the toughest one here?
Aye, that's me.
Still, it's odd that the miller trains you like that. Don't you think?
I just do what I'm told,
You'd rather keep things to yourself, eh?
I suppose.
I want to fight you.
Are you sure? I could break you in half.
Don't you worry about me. Well, shall we?
Well, if you say so.
Got the coin for a wager?
Yeah. Here's the coin.
Get ready then.
My granny can punch harder than you.
Go fuck yourself. I'll pull your
You're no
guts
match for me.
Right, cut the bullshit and fight. Fuck you. Do it. You. You'll be walking arse first.
Blessings to you. Greetings. Good day.
Well, fuck me. A stripling like you, and you whip my ass.
You're full of surprises yourself. Not even Pa swore as much when he whacked his knee with his blacksmith's hammer.
Oh, I know. Once a fight starts, my mouth takes on a life of its own. Here's the coin you won, and go and see Crazel. He could send you to Shelly-off instead of me. Go fuck yourself.
Would you know of any other way to make some extra money?
The only thing you can do in this backwater is steal cabbages. But go and ask those woodcutters on the opposite hill. You might find something more interesting there.
Why the woodcutters?
Just think about it. They've been cutting timber in the middle of nowhere for a pretty long time, and they get paid for every wagon they unload at the sawmill. They work all day long and don't move an inch. They have nothing to spend their money on.
I think I know what you're getting at.
All their earnings must be hidden somewhere in their camp. And it must be a lot of money.
I like the way you think. I reckon I'll pay them a visit.
But if you're stupid enough to get caught, don't say a word about me putting you up to it. You hear? First, I'd lose my job, and then they'd beat me to a pulp.
Don't you worry.
Ha!
Come here!
Greetings.
Well, Miller, seems I defeated all the hands you have here.
Even Vera? Well, hats off to you then. Listen, what if I sent you to Shelly off instead of him? You up to it?
Sure. Why not?
Great. I'll pay the entry fee and wager a pile on you. So you better win. And if you want to train a bit more, just punch the shit out of them sissies of mine.
Show me your wares.
I'd like to do something about that price.
Very well. Finally, a reasonable sum.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Get away with that weapon. Very good. Careful.
What was that noise? Woodcutters?
Lord be with you.
I'm Henry, Miller Crazel's new apprentice. He sent me to search for a niter pit, and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you.
Bonnie? It's not a name I hear often.
It's not the name I was baptized with. Tell people your real name. That's why we use nicknames. What should we call you?
The Wolf of Skalitz.
Well, that's not very creative. You know what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself when I get to know you better. Did you bring me something from the mill?
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herbs.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
I've got something here.
My word, that's exactly what I need. The ingredients for the magic ritual.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head and stops making stupid beginner's mistakes. Just so you know, that mess with the author of Hermes Trismegistos would never have happened to me. Not me. While we're on the subject of rituals, did Crazel tell you about the golem?
He did.
And what do you think of it?
I think it's all a load of shit. Just some hocus-pocus to cover up shameless robbery.
Well now, so you're a bailiff's man and you're on our trail?
No. It's just I'm not as naive as you seem to think.
Look out! Behind you!
What?
Just testing how alert you are. You know, if a golem punches you, you won't get up again. Whether you're naive or not. But that's enough of that. We're not going to stand here talking about flower golems when we've barely just met. I'd like to chat with you too, Henry. Get to know you a bit. But if you're in a hurry to find Crazel's saltpeter, I won't keep you.
I need to know how it is with that saltpeter. Nothing else.
Whatever you say. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work, time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests, just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the sties in the region are scraped clean and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Crazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times?
I reckon so. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
No, I don't. And Crazel, of course, didn't tell me shit.
Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. It can be shit or carcasses. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave.
Crazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy. I get it that it's left over from dead bodies, but how do you get it from shit?
Gold. Know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
Not exactly, but I have an idea. Times are evil and there's plenty of corpses. A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a a saltpeter mine.
The local gravedigger?
Exactly. And the one we have here in the region is also the knacker.
Well, I haven't met him yet. Where can I find him?
The cemetery is beyond Troskovitz, towards the Apollonia Rocks.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. It was fun. I learned a lot during that time, and I won't keep it to myself. I'd be happy to teach you something, if you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious, so I'd bring him some kind of offering. He's always dragging those carcasses, so I'm sure he'd appreciate a slab of fresh meat from Troskovit's butcher.
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery, so at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lots of luck, the Wolf of Scarlets.
I'd like you to teach me something.
Sure, why not? What are you interested in? See you later, my friend.
Look what I have for you.
Huh? I was beginning to worry what that was. But it's just you. You silly doggy.
Eh, you hungry beast?
Greetings, how are you? Coffee with you?
day to you.
It'd be worse if you already had 3 ones. Another monkey.
I have a bit of coin again.
What game would you like to play?
I actually don't want to play anything. Would you like to throw some dice?
What game would you like to...
Let's play beggars.
Let's play!
I'm seriously curious about you, lad. That's enough.
Aye.
Your turn. We didn't have such dice when I was young. We shaped them out of clay and played with them. And they were rounded and didn't have any numbers on them. You must have a lucky horseshoe up your ass. Next time I'll be more careful around you.
God bless.
Well, good day.
Captain, I'd like to ask how things went with your mission.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're interested. Where the hell did you get to, you blockhead?
Sorry. I had another job on my hands.
Another job? You're the blacksmith's hand, ain't you? What else would you be doing?
It's complicated. But I'd just like to know if you found that cart.
We found it, along with those 2 hands.
I see. And what actually happened?
It turned out, them hired hands of Radovans had ideas of their own. They made a deal with some robber baron by the name of Gules to take the cart to him with the goods. And they didn't cheat only Radovan. They tried it on Gules, too. Wanted to keep the loot for themselves. Only he caught them.
And you found all the goods?
More or less. You can tell Radovan he won't be seeing his hands again. I reckon that young fella was innocent in it. So we kept him to work off his debt. And that older one's decorating an alder tree near the road here.
All right. I'll tell him.
And next time Lord Sameen gives you a job, do what you're told, so's I don't have to teach you a lesson.
I will, Captain.
Farewell, you yokel.
Greetings.
wanted man around here, you thief! Give up!
Easy now. I surrender.
You're a wanted man. You've been loitering around where you shouldn't have. And I've received reports of things going missing. Don't think we're idiots. You've been accused of theft. You'll pay a fine, and if I don't find those things on you, you'll pay for them too.
Wait a moment. I'm sure we can come to an agreement, can't we? I didn't steal anything. That's mine.
No. No, it isn't. Don't try to make a fool out of me.
I can't pay. I don't have enough money.
In that case, the pillory awaits.
Take me away.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods. And if I find anything else on you that doesn't belong to you, I'll confiscate that too.
Take a look then.
Good. You don't have anything else on you that doesn't belong to you. You won't avoid punishment. Let's go. I'll lock you up in the pillory until you rot!
That was embarrassing. I'll be the talk of the town.
What the fuck is that stink?
My God. God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
Look what I have for you.
Greetings to you.
I'm Henry. And you must be the local gravedigger, right?
Ignatius, master of the sod, at your service. Looking for a final resting place, are you? Or do you need to bury a dead goat?
I'm more interested in the grave-digging profession as a whole.
Ah, once you try it, you'll never want to do nothing else till the day you die.
You got a big cemetery here. Pretty nice, too.
Ain't it? But being the gravedigger, I'll never have a place of my own here. They'll throw me by the wall like a dog and bury me without ceremony. But when I'm dead, I won't care. If it was up to me, I'd even bury the suicides in hallowed ground. We're all equal before death and the Lord. This game of better and worse places of final rest don't count for nothing.
What's the story with the dead people?
The story? They're dead. What more is there to tell?
But you said there's been a lot of people dying around here recently, right?
Well, it ain't usual for people to get offed by the cartload out here in the sticks, if you ask me. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Hadn't really thought about it that way.
That might be the reason, then. Hey? Look, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying there's a lot of people dying. If things keep up like this, I'll be out of work in no time. There'll be no one left to bury.
Being a gravedigger must be a lonely job, eh?
Funny a young lad like you is so interested in grave digging.
Well, I'm only asking.
That figures. Youngsters these days wouldn't know hard work if it bit 'em on the arse. It's no wonder I can't find any help.
Are you offering me a job?
No. I'm giving you a warning. You ain't cut out for this trade.
And how do you know that?
You've got that look. I can spot it a mile away.
Could you be more specific?
You just aren't cut out for it, and that's that. A gravedigger needs passion. A sense of duty ain't enough. It's a service, a labour of love, and the meaning of life all in one, lad.
I'm not from these parts, and I've seen a few conciliation crosses around here. What do they mean?
The same as where you come from, I reckon. They mark spots where the sins of man came to be regretted later.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
Aye, like when a fella buries an axe in someone's head over something stupid and then comes to regret it. Or if the law sees to it that he regrets it. The sinner then has to erect a conciliation cross to mark the site of his evil deed.
Where does he get the cross from?
Where do you think? From me.
You're in charge of that too?
I know how to cut a cross out of stone. And what of it? With the soft sandstone around here, it's child's play.
So they're all your work?
I wish. I've only sold 2 or 3 recently. Most of these here are right old. You might find a few stories about them in the village chronicle what's kept at the rat house. All I know is a young fella once jumped off the cliffs near Takoff, and folks say the place is cursed.
Do you know any more stories?
Aye, I do, but I'm not telling you any. I'm not an old fishwife.
Ignatius, I'm going to need your help.
Of course. How many are there? Where do you want to bury them? Shall we grind the teeth up, or do you want to take them away in your purse?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Nah, it's actually just a pit full of carcasses. These white crystals form on the walls of it. And that's exactly what we're after.
Ah, now I get it. You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really? That was easier than I thought.
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though.
You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Stratego farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave-digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
Oh, dragging carcasses around isn't exactly a respectable job. But so be it. I'll help you with it. What else can I do?
Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, everyone needs our services. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcasses themselves.
Of course. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honor I've earned as squire to a nobleman.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip you of your honor if you let them. So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boys Snorter and Dragonfly here? Nice and early, at daybreak.
Let's get this over with then.
Didn't you understand me? Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. Do you
I understand.
Praise the Lord.
More than my own
Praise
brother.
be Jesus Christ.
I wish you...
Greetings.
Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance. Move along, you vagabond.
But it's true. You've always...
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Yes, I can.
Come here.
Look what I have for you.
Mutt! Mutt! Stay. Aye, come here. Free. Sit and bark. Heel. Sit. Stay. Mutt! Sit and stay. Come here. Stay.
Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child.
Come here, boy. Free! I don't know if I'm completely ready for this. But let's get going.
The dew is still on the leaves. The roads are clear. Hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here will take care of us. Did I bring that stuff for Pfizer? Come on, then. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, you could say that. I help the miller with whatever I can. I've got a place to sleep there. Soon I'll be able to call the miller uncle.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too?
Bonnie's an honest girl, and her friend Zinek is too. Crazel only sent them to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the styes, so that's just what they've been doing. From what she told me, they had nothing else in mind.
Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk, some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks, go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Yeah! Yeah! Whoa, boys, whoa! Come on, come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
It looks mysterious. What treasures might be hidden there?
You'll soon see. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally. At least we're not blocking the road too much.
Sick 'em.
Look what I have for you. Here, Mutt. Search. Search. Track.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
What you're on about, fella?
Who stink? This fella's with him.
I want to talk to you.
Look.
Hold your horses. What's the big hurry, eh?
Now, I say.
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
Two stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some scruffy and dunger.
You must be Scruffy, eh?
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so? So prove it then.
Ignatius is telling the truth. There are all sorts of types causing trouble in these parts. Not just from Lower Semine. Ignatius and I thank you for taking on the job of guarding the roads, making sure that honest, if somewhat grubby tradesmen stay safe.
Aye, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So, thanks.
Really good work, lad. Well, time waits for no man. Let's all carry on with our duties, eh?
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them two thieves, you tell us right away, got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe... Did I get this right? Maybe it was the one that...
What now?
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcasses today. The next farm's just up ahead. Hop on, and let's go. Don't worry. That was just a kind of little favour for me. Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop them up and haul them off. I mean, you'll scoop them up and haul them to my cart. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
All right, that's what you get. People sin here in their seclusion, thinking they're out of sight of our Lord.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right, I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Well, I'm here like I promised, and I even have a helper here with me who'll be doing the carrying for me today.
Poor fella. Where did you dig him up?
He came to me from Lower Semine.
So I'd better go and stand in the doorway. One eye on him, one on the chest of valuables.
This one's honest. He might even take a look to see what was troubling them pigs.
Ew. Is this really worth it? Yeah. Ugh, and another.
Where are we going to find 2 new pigs? More money out the window.
See, you could do it. Do you want to keep going or not?
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
And what about this mysterious curse?
Oh, right. Slipped my mind. The watering spot, you said?
Aye. Take a look around. See if you find anything fishy.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream. Ah, here it is. Wolves must have killed them. They didn't even eat them up. I'll go and tell Ignatius.
What's next?
It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own.
I took care of the carcasses.
Nice work.
Yeah, you'd eat that.
But nicely in the cold. Let's keep going. Seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. Lads, seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. Come on then, get a move on. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then, you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
I'm sorry, Ignatius, my friend, but you can't expect me to do that.
In that case, as soon as we get where we're going, you can just get off the wagon and go and look for that pit yourself. If you don't do what I tell you, you're useless to me. So I'll be useless to you too.
Maybe there's another way. I'll try to come up with something.
Ha! That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Yeah! 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 Yeah!
At least take a bath before you go out. You have a kind master, eh, Docky?
Everyone's getting on my fucking nerves these days.
Nothing's changed then, eh? Glad to hear it. There's been
God
bandits
bless.
roaming
Yeah,
these parts, but
same
it
to
seems
you.
quiet enough here, eh?
Bandits? They're the only ones I don't give a fuck about. But if anything did happen, honor. Never trained a bit of it.
Oh, Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Here you go. Take it. Barking. He's coming from over there. Heel.
This is your favorite, isn't it? What are you doing here, Henry?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Now, first, tell me what you're doing here. And how come you're with that beast?
He's no beast. I came here to save him.
You mean steal him?
For him, it'll be a redemption from that horse and master of his. I'll take care of him, in place of my poor dead sniffer.
Bonnie... The gravedigger sent me to kill the dog. He's been paid to do it by the people whose livestock that beast killed. It's the last thing I need to do before he shows me the pit.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zenek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horseman, would you?
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
Sit and stay. Come here!
You silly doggy.
Thank you. And a good day to you, friend.
It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
The dog is dead. So, can we go to the pit now?
Dead, eh? And what are you so nervous about?
Well, it wasn't pleasant to watch. I did it exactly how you told me. I poisoned him.
Oh, aye? And how did it go exactly?
Well, I dipped the meat in poison. He ate it, and peacefully departed to doggy heaven.
So, it all went how it should. I use a real strong mixture so the creatures don't suffer too much. He's done for, the beast. Finally. Let's go before we start looking suspicious.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy. Slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
I was expecting some huge hole in the ground. This is just some hollow. 3 piles of earth and that's it.
3 huge piles, you mean to say? True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitra you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait, I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Who knows? Maybe that'll really be my fate. I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses, and eat bread with saltpeter.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see. You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. I'm a lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Ugh! What the fuck is that stink?
Greetings. Do you need...
What do you have for...
God bless.
Greetings to you.
I should get going.
The humans won't be coming back here. Don't worry.
Good. Peace at last. Until you get into trouble again, that is.
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Siegfried, the herds boy, dropped by. He was moaning about wolves killing his sheep. Poor fella. He has it tough. And that's about it, I say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper. What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Nothing much, fortunately. And I hope it stays that way.
Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance. Move along, you vagabond.
I've heard you've got a new addition to the family. Is it a boy or a girl?
A bear cub?
A bear cub? You mean you found it somewhere?
Nah, it's a girl. But she came out all hairy with a black line.
A word about the price.
Sure. Why not? You'll convince me with that price. Thank you, and take care.
Good day.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Nothing much, fortunately, and I hope it stays that way.
If that was all, I
Here it comes.
One even before.
The tanker. Ale, thanks.
Come here!
Who just came barging in here?
Huh?
Word about the price.
All right, I'm listening.
How's this?
Well, if you offer a little bit more, we can make a deal. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you, and take care.
Come here, boy. Look what I have for you.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief.
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realised they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to ask at Semin, like you wanted. Lord Semin and his captain went off to track down the cart, and they found it in the end.
I hope you offered your help.
Of course. It wouldn't have looked good otherwise.
For sure. But what about them pair?
They hanged Venser and kept Franzi as a hand. Seems like he was innocent.
God's nails, I don't know. That Franzi had a sneaky look about him. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't in on it from the start.
I think they'd have knocked the truth out of him.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
Young Semin is about to marry her, isn't he? But what's that got to do with forging?
Everything, as it happens. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
You don't want me to steal that sword, do you?
God's nails. Don't annoy me, youngster. This is a serious matter. A good blade must be flexible, but not brittle. The best blades are made from welded steel.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia.
And folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
With the devil? Why would the hermit make a pact with the devil?
No idea. It might just be old wives' tales.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Troskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation. Yep. Fucking piece of shit.
Burning. I've been banging this spot for a long time. I have to hammer it more evenly. I should do it more evenly. I've been banging this spot for a long time. I'll never finish it like this. I should move it. This is going to take a while yet. I should do it more evenly.
You have a kind master, eh?
Doing something wrong. I'm always hitting the same place. That's no good.
What's taking so long?
Same to you.
One beer.
I'll have a look at the wares.
Ah, well, what can you do? Farewell, then.
Can I spend the night?
I'll pay you well.
For a few groschen, you can sleep on the hay.
What's new around here?
You should pay a visit to Old Mouth sometime. He's our local storyteller, you know. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. But only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget, I have some here to sell, if you want. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
I imagine ripping that fucker up like an old rag and cutting his balls off. So I searched the house, high and low. Guess what I found? Fuck all. But I know she had someone there. The next time the door is stuck shut like that, I'll climb through the window and knock that prick out on the spot.
Greetings to you. Good afternoon. God bless.
People call you the Mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Denyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arseface?
I'm sorry, Stenyak. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
To your health, my friend.
Thank you very much. I knew you wouldn't leave me high and dry. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, but as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled...
Wait, Matthias threw the silver axe back? What a fool! He could have sold it.
A fool, you say? You'd better listen well. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes. Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth, so he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself, so he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down whole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
Well, all was as it should have been. It was Kuba's fault.
I don't think so. It seems Matthias didn't either. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against the big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe, then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink. Take care, friend.
They'll surely fall my way now. Would you like to play?
What game would you like to play?
Wagoners!
Let's play.
I've heard about you, but you can't beat me.
He'll be the laughing stock of the whole region.
Good doggy. Good boy.
If I was you, I'd take it. Well, you're not afraid of anything.
Oh, I suppose so.
Like that? Hopefully I'll do it again. And now we'll see.
What are we gonna
What
do?
rotten luck.
Isn't all that hay? No, that's too
Aye. Lots of people.
Have you lost your mind? You're going to lose everything. No harm done. It wasn't very good anyway.
Nice out today. Hope it lasts.
Good to see you.
It ain't going my way today. It's a good thing you don't throw like that all the time.
What about the bridge behind the Jelly Tavern?
Enough.
We could block
That's it for me.
something rocks in.
I just can't believe it.
That's a beautiful maypole you have there. You don't see that every day. I reckon all the other villagers must envy you.
They sure do. Them Geliovites try to steal it, but our fellas kick their asses. Why are you so interested in it anyway?
I'm from a small town myself, and I can appreciate a nice maypole. I remember having to guard it every year.
Tell me about it. A real headache it is. But for a good cause. Sorry. I'm just a bit on edge these days. And if someone had bad intentions, Henrik would show them how we do things here in Tachov. That's the one thing he's good for.
I wanted to ask about Henrik.
What about him?
Did he do something to you?
Aye, I'm not. He's been getting on my nerves ever since he got together with our Manka. I'm afraid he'll mess with her head and run off with her. Just like his bloody brothers did.
Where did they go?
What do I know? I wouldn't mind if someone went and beat the thought of Manka out of his head.
Why not? I could manage that.
He's not much of a fighter, but I reckon if you call him a vagrant or something, it'll surely rile him up. And I'll remember you did me a little favour.
It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
Listen, Prochek. Those Geliovites are plotting something against you.
What? Bloody hell.
Old Olbram offered me some groschen to steal your maypole.
Damn it! That bitter old fool just won't give up. As if it wasn't enough that we fairly and honourably took theirs, and then fairly and honourably kicked their asses when they tried to take ours. It's a tradition. That's just how it goes. But for him to send some bloody outsider like that...
Hey, this bloody outsider just did you a favour and told you everything, though he didn't have to.
Aye, he did. I can clearly see he's an honest bloke, and we value honesty around here.
Thanks. I see the people from Takov are honest too.
That we are. Speaking of which, I reckon it would be fair to repay Olbram in kind. Let me know if you're interested. I came up with a nice little pastime that's sure to make Olbram shit himself.
So what should I do to the jelly of ice?
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Jelioff, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, but watch out. That beast is enormous.
Well, I have to say, I expected this to be easier. You could have at least given me the paint.
Oh, ain't you a little princess? No guts, no glory. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. I need something that'll put animals to sleep.
Did you get tired of blacksmithing and take up farming instead? I just happen to know of something. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no... But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. You're in the trade, so I can tell you. Listen up, then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
You have a kind mind. Amen.
What is it you need?
Wanted to break in here, did you? Get out of here!
I was beginning to worry what that...
You rude little beast! Call that dog to heel! What's this dog doing here?
Come here!
Off you go. Aye, that's right. Just go away. You silly doggy.
Look what I have for you. Mutt! You silly mutt. Come here, boy. Come here, boy.
What'll it be?
I hear Ambrose the Hermit has some old sword.
A few folks saw it at his place some years ago, but then it disappeared. Maybe he sold it or chucked it out.
What happened to Ambrose, the hermit?
He's at death's door with some...
Do you know any...
Mother! Farewell.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some for free. I catch you fighting here again, and I'll spank your bare ass like a brat.
Well, I said I'm sorry.
But the Cumans are still stinking up the place. Down to business. I don't have all day for you, so what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
There's something else I need to know about this.
Oh, what a mess.
What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. There's some devilry in it for sure.
Where can I find the herds boy?
Stanislav has a...
And it was the herd... Who's this herd...
No.
And...
Well, and he's like a Martin and the devil.
How do I...
You go... And from...
Where did...
Hard...
Monk...
Well...
Can I spend the night?
We're not...
Just the one night, Sin. All I need is...
I'll let you sleep on the hay for a...
All right? I'll pay. Here's some groschen for you.
Agreed. Like you can sleep on the hay, but don't...
Yeah? Stay away from that grouchy bastard.
Just a moment.
He'll kick you straight out the door.
How come you weren't in church?
Look what I have for you.
Greetings to you.
I've heard you dye your own...
I used to. Why'd you ask?
I'd like to buy some pigment.
I see.
Ah, damn. That's more money than I thought. Look, I don't need much. Just a bit will do.
Is that so? What do you want it for, anyway?
Nothing important, really.
All right, whatever. But I'd hate to find out you painted on someone's house. You know what? If I scraped off some of that dry pigment from the edges of the bucket and mixed it with some lard, that could work. Those pigments are a magical thing, eh?
What do you mean?
For example, if you need blue, you can use blueberries or woad leaves. You put them in with the husks of unripe walnuts, you can get a very nice light brown, sometimes even yellow. The best way to make red is from madder root. Or you could just use plain old black elder. Oh, and privet's not too bad either. You can even use the leaves. But you know what's my favourite way of making yellow? And for so much cheaper than buckthorn make.
Oh, damn, you're slower than a wet week. I'd like to buy that pigment from you. Here's the money.
And here's the paint. Be careful not to stain yourself. Quality material like this doesn't come off easily. Is that all? Or is there anything else I can do for you?
Excuse me?
Loads of people have been in the pillory and...
You haven't seen him then?
Sorry. Even so...
You silly dog. God bless.
Guten Tag.
God be with you.
Greetings to you too.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Shit!
Greetings. What are you here for, friend?
I'd like to compete at archery.
Your first time, eh? I don't remember your face from any previous contests. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Maybe longbow?
All right. So what do you feel up to? Want to compete with beginners, advanced archers, or masters? Of course, it's tougher against masters, but you can win more.
I'd rather not get ahead of myself. I'll try my luck against beginners.
Fine. Of course it ain't for free, though. Have you got something to wager?
That's a bit heavy, isn't it? I don't want to put that much money on the line for some contest.
No one's forcing you. There's plenty of other takers. Bolder ones.
I'm Henry. Who are you?
What's it to you who I am? Look here, Henry.
Shoot?
Then what are you come back to me? Huh? Huh? Oh, it's just you.
Come here.
mine now. Pray for a quick death, you bastard! Ganging up on one man!
Ave Maria. My God, these furry mucks.
I've got a horse for you here.
What do you want to do with him?
I want to exchange him for Groschen.
For this one, I will give you this much.
I was thinking of a different amount for the risk. What do you say to this?
Well, I would be a fool not to agree to that, so I do. Here you are. You can go now, More.
Careful.
Show me your wares.
I hope you'll be satisfied. Take care. Namistes, Ben, namistes.
Katarsan. What's up, Pooch?
God be with you.
That's enough for me. Can we practice the technique you taught me?
All right.
Come here. Sick! Heal! Look what I have for you. I can't swim. That's bloody deep. I can't swim.
Could this be the pier from Zdeněk's story? He said Matthias carried Kuba's body up the hill from here. Up to an old oak tree. This could be the rock from the story. I'm on the right path.